The Prime Minister has again been forced to clarify his commitment to abortion laws as the National Party caucus kicks off the new year in Hamilton. Abortion rights advocates have written to Christoper Luxon raising concerns about Simeon Brown taking over the health portfolio, given his vocal opposition to abortion. And as senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch reports, it wasn't the only issue dogging the leader today.
Pumped up for the year ahead. The National Party gathering in Hamilton to whip itself into fighting fit shape for its second year in government.
It was great to see our team as energised and ready to go for 2025.
Some arriving slightly bruised from a ruthless start-of-year reshuffle.
I'm more focused on looking forward here now, proud of what we did looking back.
Dr Shane Letty mercilessly dumped from health to make way for Simeon Brown, a man who very vocally opposes abortion.
Mr Speaker, all lives matter, old or young, male or female, black or white, born or unborn.
He voted against abortion reform in New Zealand and was one of few national MPs who celebrated the overturning of America's abortion rights.
I think my views are on the public record. Those are my personal views, but as Minister of Health and as a government, we've made it very clear we're not changing those laws.
Abortion rights group LRANS wrote to the Prime Minister today expressing concern, saying it seems like a provocation to appoint Mr Brown to this role, given he has been an anti-abortion advocate for his entire adult life.
You put on paper your voting record that shows that it's antithetical to the goals of providing health care. It just makes it hard for us to take him at his word.
Can you give a cast iron guarantee that our abortion laws will not change under your watch?
We're not changing the abortion laws.
Christoper Luxon faced similar concern when he was first elected as leader.
Can you just answer the question whether you think abortion is tantamount to murder or not? That's a yes or no question. That should be pretty easy.
I'm a pro-life person. You know,
so yes.
That's what a pro-life position is.
It eventually led to him promising to resign before ever changing abortion law.
So given the appointment of Simeon Brown as Health Minister, can you give women a cast iron assurance that abortion laws won't change under his watch?
Yes, as I've said before, there'll be no change to those laws.
The law isn't the only way access to abortion could be impacted.
There's ways to put policies in place that make things either more tedious for patients to get to care, affecting funding to that care, affecting even the ability of pharmacies to have available medications.
Can you understand why women are nervous?
Oh look, I've been very clear, we're not changing that legislation. That's what the Prime Minister said, that's what I'm saying.
If he looks to remove any access to abortion services in New Zealand, you will step in.
Correct. We have said very clearly that there will be no change to what the current settings are around abortion.
National does not need another contentious issue to crop up and distract from an economic focus, as its polling is in the doldrums.
If you can't get your polling out of the low 30s, will you be the right person to lead National to the next election?
I'll just say to you, the only polls that are mattered, and I've said that right from when I've taken this job, is the next election.
You'll still be the leader if you can't get the polls out of the low 30s?
I'm focused on delivering for New Zealanders.
The biggest winner of Christoper Luxon's reshuffle, first-termer, now Minister for the South Island, James Meagher, who's been pegged as a future leader, giving his boss one heck of a political runway.
And he's going to be a fantastic Prime Minister for the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 years, however long it takes to get New Zealand back on track.
So you wouldn't make a run for the leadership in the next 15 years?
Absolutely not. The only thing I'm going to run
the next 15 years?
Absolutely not.
There is the small matter of elections to win, of course.
Well, Jenna's with us now. Kia ora, Jenna. So the Prime Minister is going to deliver his State of the Nation speech tomorrow. What can we expect from that?
Economy. The Prime Minister is going to be more future-focused about it, though. Going to start talking about how we can introduce more competition into a bunch of markets, how we can attract some foreign investment, how we can look at some of the natural resources that New Zealand has, what Kiwis need to be okay with if they want the education and health services they've come to expect. Well, it's absolutely right that that should be the focus. It'll be interesting to see whether he gets public cut-through on that, because it just feels like the vibe is people are a bit grumpy, the weather's been off, the cost of living is still biting people, it's still just a bit tough out there. So while some of those economic indicators are starting to turn around a little bit, they're not really flowing through to household budgets. So while he's going to future focus his speech, it might be good to drop a little bit of short-term hope in there for a country that's feeling a bit fatigued with waiting until the better bit comes.